They can't be mad at that performance. I mean, come on, like, you gotta be detached from the situation, you know. There's always gonna be positive, and UFC has suffered losses from big stars, and then they come back, or they get a new one, you know. So it's not, I don't think they're mad. I mean, they did invest a lot in her, I think. I don't know from what it was looking like, but who cares? Not my problem. Shoulder gums. They're still there somewhat. After all the pizza. Do you think you were going to break her arm? Like I said, you know, I definitely knew that she was gonna be flexible. I thought like maybe I was thinking of how can I break her arm, but I knew there was a possibility that I wasn't able to. So I've been in that spot before where I've had a submission and then failed over and over again, and still was, you know, had to keep strong. So what did she do best? What did she do best? That's a good question. I mean, I don't want to say she got out of that armbar the best, because it's like I mean, that was part of her, I think, God-given ability just to fucking just be flexible like that, and her will. I guess what, there was a moment where we had in the fight where, I don't know what it is about, like, for me, like, fighting spiritual and, like, whoever I'm fighting against, is like that. You have a connection in there that I feel like you don't get with other people, you know? And, I was on top of her, and my corner Tony was like yelling, saying like, hit her in that cut. It's getting real bad. It's real bad. And she's like, it's not that bad or something, you know, she said under her breath. And then I laughed as like blood is like dripping out, because I was like, whatever. And then she laughed too. She's like, nah. And I guess she stuck out her tongue at our corner, and they were like, what the hell, this girl's crazy. So like I said, her attitude I think is what she did best. It's okay, I'm getting my ass whooped, but at the same time, being tough is also like, it's a strength and a weakness, you know. It gets you beat up. Why do you think the first fight went with? Who are you planning to fight next? I don't know. I mean, Tisha looked really good in her fight. I'd love to, you know, erase that from my losses and my record, you know. But anybody would be a good fight. Freaking Jessica Penne, or I don't know who else, you know, is right now. But everybody keeps saying Tisha just because she looked good and stuff. So yeah, title shot definitely sounds like, you know, pretty good idea. But like I said, just need to get our ducks in a row. How do I feel about another fight with Carla? You know, I will welcome that if that's what is like a good opportunity. It doesn't really excite me necessarily right this second, just the thought of that. But I definitely feel like I could beat her now. You know, back then I wasn't ready for that. Why do you think the first fight went with Carla the way it did? I just wasn't prepared for that fight. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't mentally ready. This is the first time. I mean, I can list, you know, many excuses, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're all excuses. But it's just something that we learned from, and we got our team back together. Like, this is the first time when I fought Carla, it was the first time that I had Tony, Trevor, and Pat in my corner all together for a title fight. And it's hard to jump into a title fight for the first time being in a corner. Like, you're like, what? You know, so especially with all that pressure. So it was just a bit much. It just, yeah. Grappling combos at the UFC. I would like to do some grappling competitions. You know, I love grappling. I love jiu-jitsu. It's my favorite. Well, I wouldn't say my favorite, but I've gained a lot of appreciation for it, especially over the past couple years that I've been here. Ever since working with Tony, Vasily, and everything like that here, this makes it fun. You know, I learned from some of the best, you know, in the world. I mean, Greg Nelson is still, like, you know, one of my favorite coaches for jiu-jitsu. But Tony's different. I think he just made it more fun for me to like learn jiu-jitsu, and, you know. They didn't say anything really. Dana tried touching my hair. He wanted to touch it, so I mean, I think they're cool with it, as long as you're real. I think that's what they like, is realness. My lady is a boxer, and she was super impressed with my hands. Wait, you played high school basketball? Yes, I did. I was varsity team. Hey, girl. I was one of the starters on our basketball team. Now, it's not really saying much because... Hey, Peach. Hey, pretty girl. You can't do that in front of people. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh yeah, my high school team was not like good at all. Like my high school was not meant for sports. It was the art school. So I played piano for 2 hours a day in some area, whether it be for a little while I double majored in jazz and classical. And but yeah, I think playing for that long, it just made me realize that's not what I want to do, and sports is my thing. So
there's this new technique that I've just recently become aware of and have tried to manipulate, where you can catch a high kick with your shoulder in your neck. If you move at the same time, you go and catch it. That way you have both hands free.
Man, don't listen to this guy.
I will do an online tutorial later.
And for those of you that couldn't catch that, he was joking. Don't do that. Because you will get knocked the fuck out. What was my worst injury? What up, girl? You try to get in this video so much. My worst injury, I broken my hand before, or my arm, I should say. So that was when I was a kid, and I was just stupid. I snuck out the house and I, tripped and then fell and broke my arm. So my mom was really pissed. My worst injury, other than the broken arm, I twisted my ankle really bad, like many times, jammed many fingers playing basketball. But I did get kicked in the head once, and I wouldn't say I got knocked out, laid out, like completely, but I seen stars and I didn't know where I was at for a long time, and that was the scariest thing. But at the same time, it's like, it just comes with it, and it's like something that you've been through, and then you just know that that's the territory you're in, and it keeps you safe, You don't want to necessarily, go out like that. So like I say, getting knocked out is probably like the most, that's got to be the worst thing that can happen, Obviously your mind is everything. Hopefully but at the same time, we all got a few in us to get our bell rung, so it's just like you don't want to push it. I still, it's been a while since that's ever happened, but it happened once, and it's serious, Would I go vegan? I've actually tried before, and that doesn't work with me. I don't know if it's just like I work out so much that whenever I try and even if I just eat healthy, sometimes it's hard for me to keep on the weight. But what was that? Yeah, I try vegan and stuff like that, but it's just too hard for me. I just get really weak and frail. Maybe I'm not doing it right though, I'm sure. I like all foods. I love all diets. Just some of them, it's if you stick to one thing too much, I think it's just, you got to be able to, some people actually have problems where they cut too much out of their diet, and then all of a sudden if that's all that's around and then they have to eat it, they can't digest it because their stomach is not used to it. I don't know, it's just probably dumb. Don't listen to me about diet advice at all, but that's just me. We're gonna do a little sparring session. That's what gets you in shape. She loves it. My dog does do a trick. Hold on, we just learned this. Yay! For everybody that's wondering, my hand's okay, just this finger kind of got jammed.
Number 3 in the world! She'll do that. She's gonna do that. That's what she do.
Pat's all on
4.5 rounds right straight. That pace is ridiculous.
My dog is barking
That pace is ridiculous.
Y'all want to see Pat get beat up? Y'all are performing for the whole world to see, so Knockout bonus, come on.
Knockout bonus.
Oh.